I attempted a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke by Jaiden Animations. I reacted to the first one she did. You haven't seen that one yet. I reacted to it. Now I'm reacting to this one. It's for her, it's been a full year since they were posted, but for me, it's I'm watching them immediately after each other. So I'm interested to see if she wins again, if she loses this time, and you know what happens. Pokemon, I've never played Platinum before. I have played Diamond, I think. I played Diamond, but it's been a very, very long time since I played 4th Gen, so I don't really remember it.
So if you're new here, hi. I've done this before. Last year
Yes,
I
you
made
have.
a video about my first ever Pokemon Nuzlocke, and the game I played in it was Pokemon Ruby. It was fun, so here I am again, doing another. But this time I attempted to Nuzlocke Pokemon Platinum. I'll explain again super quickly how a Nuzlocke works. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. If a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. And you have to nickname your Pokemon so you grow more attached to them. If you
Easy
still
peasy.
don't understand, that's not my problem. Let's get started. Hoo boy. This was my Pokemon.
You can actually
Platinum
already tell that
Nuzlocke.
the animation has significantly improved. It wasn't even bad last time. It's just better now.
Pokemon!
I hate Barry, by
So
the way.
my friend and
Barry
neighbor
sucks.
Barry is practically dragging me all over the place with his hyperactive squirrel brain, frantically trying to get a Pokemon as soon as possible from this Professor Rowan he's on.
Imagine someone, even if you know the guy, just like you're sleeping in the morning and you wake up and he's just in your fucking face and he doesn't live with you.
TV.
That's
he drags
creepy.
me out to Route 201 and is about to leap into the tall grass when, hold it! You guys know going into the tall grass is practically a death wish, right? What you're doing is basically suicide. Borderline insanity. What absolute moronic lunatics you are. Have you no respect for your lives? Do you have any Pokemon? No. Do you want some? And like that, I have a Turtwig. I
Oh,
named him
Turtwig. Interesting choice. I think when I played, I chose Chimchar. That's it. I chose Chimchar when I played the first time. So Turtwig, personally, I think is an odd choice.
And immediately used him to bash in Barry's Chimchar. I was making my way through the routes, but right as I was about to nab the Shinx I found on 202. Don't kill it. No!
Great. It's a tradition. She kills her first encounter every time. I love it.
So no Shinx for us. But
I'm a
that's
fan of
all
Luxray,
right. Shinx
personally.
isn't that great this early anyway. Then I locked eyes with our first trainer.
A little slow,
the
but
first
I like it.
battle.
I like
Let's
his look
see
more
how
than
we
anything.
fare against youngster Tristan and his level 5 Starly. Oh my god! So in the first trainer battle I ever fought, I almost immediately lose my starter to a critical hit. Why do I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this?
Oh, no.
Nevertheless, we kept going onward through Jubilife
Oh, that's so
City, where we
cute.
caught Kronk
She's
the
holding her
Zubat in the cave
Turtwig.
above Route 204, and Magikarp on 218. Hi, Magikarp. Your name is Puppy. Just outside the city, Barry runs up and demands another battle, so I happily bash in his Chimchar
Oh,
again. And
that's so
Starly too.
sad.
I kept on my way,
No.
eventually arriving in Orberg City, and nervously challenged Rourke. I was terrified of his Cranidos, but Turt landed a crit Razor Leaf and one-shot it before it could even do anything. So that's badge number 1 for us. I made it to Floroma Town and was really excited because if you didn't know, outside the Valley Windworks you can find Shellos. And if you didn't know,
Oh, I hate
again, I
that mon.
love Shellos. I ran
Okay, we differ on that one significantly. I hate Shellos and I hate Gastrodon so much. They just look stupid. They look terrible. And I honestly, personally, it's a little different from Mudkip, but I don't like the water ground typing.
ran straight
If
to
I'm
the
being
grass
honest.
to get my Shellos encounter, and
Hey!
Shinx
is
I'm
back.
not gonna pass up an encounter, so
It's
I
not a
very
bad
depressingly caught the Shinx and named it
I mean,
Failure
Shinx
to
isn't
vent my
great, but, you
sadness
know.
and frustration over not getting a
Evolutions.
slug. While there, we found Team Galactic messing around, stealing electricity, and the
Something I am embarrassed to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm not proud of this. I think the this is gonna be so fucking cringe. The sprite for the female Team Galactic character, I really like it. I have a thing for blue-haired anime girls, so you know where I'm
little girl's
going.
dad. So I beat up the grunt guarding the door, broke in, beat up the grunts in the building until Turt evolved, then found Galactic Commander Mars at the end of the corridor, who I was scared of because she's got a fat cat that hits like a semi-truck. But I had a plan. Back in the Orberg Mines, I caught Dwayne the Onyx,
Oh,
and
that's
I brought
great.
him to the fight because in case things got
Fun fact: Onyx has less attack power than a Joltik.
dicey, I would switch him in to buy time and heal up my other Pokemon. Basically, Dwayne was death fodder. Turt took out Mars' Zubat, and when Perugly came out, Kronk plucked off the Oranberry it was holding. But she got hit pretty hard in the process, and since Turt needed a bit of healing before he could get back into it...
Dwayne can take a scratch. Look at that. Dwayne is
Dwayne's
fine. He's fine, guys. Don't pull the sad nose for Dwayne. Dwayne's fine. Don't worry about
Sacking
him.
Mons is a great...
Oh my god!
way to progress, especially if you're scared something's gonna happen.
All right, I'll give him that. Dwayne gets to live.
Somehow,
if it's a Mon you're never
Dwayne
gonna use
was
anyway,
supposed to die,
might as well.
he hung in there on 1 HP. And you know what? I respected the hell out of him for it. I let Dwayne live, and Turt was able to take out the Perugly. What a legend. But then I put him back in the box and moved on. In Mount Coronet, I caught a Bronzor named Big Boy, which I happily added to the team. Right before Gardenia's gym, Kronk evolved, which meant no mercy for those flower ladies. Badge number 2.
She's
we
actually
slashed
using the
the
Zubat
guard
this
bushes
run.
in front of the Galactic
Hopefully she gets a
building and
Crobat,
ran up all the
Crobat
stairs where we fought Galactic
fast
Commander
and
Jupiter.
tanky.
Let's
Great
take
Mon.
a look at how that went.
Don't crit. Don't crit. Don't crit.
Let's look at fucking Skuntank's fucking...
No!
Ooh.
But, I mean...
And
that will
Sprite.
do-
It's just lifting its leg.
Let's just hit it. Don't crit him. No. Oh my god.
Oh.
We finally were
Doesn't
able to
Night
beat her,
Slash
but
have a
that
high
fight
crit
really
rate?
knocked the wind out of me. I was shaking on my way back to
It's clear that Jaiden is already having a harder time in this Nuzlocke than she had in the first one.
the Pokemon Center when this lady Cynthia shows up and is like, egg? Yeah. Anyway, even meeting Cynthia wasn't enough to
Cynthia,
calm my
please
nerves,
step on
so
me.
to keep my mind off the absolute tragedy we narrowly avoided, I decided to start training
don't
up
know
Big
what egg
Boy
she
on
gives you.
Cycling Road. And then he
Which-
died.
I've practiced this game and...
So
All the
before you
crits.
push up your anime glasses and tell me that steel is weak to fire, which I know, by the way, the reason I kept Big Boy in was because not only is his defense an iron wall,
Does he
but
have,
he
like,
had
flameproof?
heat proof, which
Oh,
negates
heat-proof,
his
that's what it's
fire
called.
weakness.
Yeah.
But then he got crit. So, first death. I'm sorry, Big Boy. You never had the
You always
opportunity
have
to become a
to
big boy. I walked into Wayward
assume
Cave and
every
found
move
a
is gonna
Gibble.
be a
Gibble
crit.
is an amazing Pokemon. It turns into
That is the fucking best encounter she could have fucking gotten. Garchomp is so fucking good.
Garchomp, which is easily one of, if not the strongest Pokemon in the game that isn't a
That's
legendary.
fucking
Adding it to the team would
poggers.
give us such a huge advantage, and now there is nothing in my way between that and...
I almost spit that up. Jaiden.
And we're moving on. We arrived in
Jaiden,
Hearthome
no.
City where I caught DeVito the Ralts, Kronk and Puppy
Nice.
evolved. We had a clean win
Nice.
against Ventina, and some lady gave us an Eevee I named Milk. Things were starting to look better now.
Aw.
I was leveling up DeVito against trainers, and when fighting this lovey-dovey couple,
let's go into Puppy. Get rid of the Weasel. Oh no!
Is that? Oh, God.
You're kidding.
It's super effective against a Curliao because it doesn't have the fairy typing yet. Oh, no. I've had that happen to me in a Nuzlocke before where I lost my Walrein. I lost my Walrein to a pursuit because I wasn't expecting it. They had low health. I was like, I'll get out of this, switch in, something, boom, dead. I was so sad. I understand your pain.
You're kidding.
Jaiden.
and that's why I hate love. In came Shrimp the Scyther I caught on Route 210. Some good
Nice.
news, on Route 213, I finally found a Shellos. I named it Squoop, and I loved it. I loved it so
hate
much.
it.
I know you're not supposed to have a favorite child, but Squoop was my favorite child, and I wasn't apologetic
hate
about
that
it.
child.
I trained it up, and now we got a Gastrodon. Turt
I'd
ended
wait-
up evolving too,
if I had
so
to have
together
a
with Kronk and
water
Squoop, Maylene was
ground type that's
defeated,
not
and
a
badge
starter,
number 4 was
Quagsire.
secured. Outside of
I know that's
Pastoria
not a
City,
lot
I
of
caught
options.
a Quagsire
Oh,
named
fucking
Lol,
there.
but when I went to
That's
get my
what I
Great
would
Marsh
use.
encounter, I was trying to get a Yanma and accidentally threw a ball at a Wooper.
Oh, that's Dupes.
So now we've got Lol and Oops
That's Dupes. Is she not doing Dupes Claws? I guess not.
in the box. Then I swept Crasher Wake with Milk, who is now a Jolteon, with the TM Thunder I bought
Jolteon.
literally next door. I walked
Wait. Hold. Quagsire was in. You can't lightning a Quagsire.
was
hold
now
on.
a Jolteon with the TM Thunder
Oh, okay. She thundered like the Watermons. Quagsire is fucking fine. Look at them. They're all fucked up. Quagsire, Taking like a
I
champ.
bought literally next door. I walked out of the gym and Team Galactic set off a bomb. I ran down the grunt who detonated it and took him out because he is weak. Cynthia appears again and tells me to bring a charm to her grandma. So I'm like, yes, ma'am. We found her in
I would do
Celestial
anything for
Town
Cynthia.
along with Cyrus, the leader of Team Galactic, who starts some evil Shakespeare speech about how everything is imperfect, so he's gotta blow up the world or something. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. And then he wanted to fight. Puppy took out his Sneasel and I sent out Milk to take care of his Golbat. But Milk decided he wanted to be lazy and not only miss all his thunders,
Thunder
but
has
also
a
punch himself in
30%
the
chance
face.
to miss. I never use it. I always go for
Milk!
Thunderbolt over Thunder. Oh god. Oh, does the poison kill? Is that a toxic poison?
You can't.
Oh!
You can't be doing this.
Kronk came out and killed the Golbat because
that was a
Milk
toxic
being
poison, that would've
difficult,
killed.
But I gave him a second chance and he took out the Murkrow. Anyway, here's your Dusty Charm. I went out and caught a Magnemite named C, then arrived in Canalake
Magnemite,
City
great.
where we barged into
Use it again.
Byron's gym and demolished his team with
We get
Scoop and
Magnezone
Turd.
this
Then
time,
Team
I
Galactic
think.
sets off another bomb, this time at Lake Valor. So Barry, Professor Rowan's assistant Lucas, and I split up to check on the lakes. As I'm strolling past all the flopping Magikarp, I run into Galactic Commander Saturn, who we swept the floor with. After that, we headed over to Lake Verity, where we did the exact same with Mars. There was a part where Turt got crit and almost died. Oh god. Oh god. But we're fine, he's fine. Finally, we had to go check up on Barry at Lake Acuity, and after trekking through 6 feet of snow for like a mile, we get there to find Barry at the top of a cliff like, ha ha ha, you can't climb rocks. Come back when you can climb rocks, loser. I'll go fight Candace's gym now, I guess. Now, we've been having some good type matchups with the past few gyms, so I haven't really been nervous about most of them, but Candace uses ice
you seem to
types,
be kinda
which like
struggling
half
earlier.
my team is weak against. Which, you know, nervousness rising. Not only was I at a massive type disadvantage, but the main threats
I
on our
always
team were
forget
her
Gyarados is
Abomasnow
flying.
because it hits like
It's
a
like, why
truck
would
and
Gyarados
sets
be
up
scared?
hail,
It's
and her
flying.
Frostlass because it'll use the hail from the Abomasnow to heighten its evasiveness with Snowcloak, spam double teams, and then just sweep my team. I walked in, took a deep breath, which didn't make me feel better at all.
And I'm pretty sure
started
weather
the battle.
effects are
Shrimp took out her
permanent
Sneasel, and Scoop
unless
took out
changed
her
by
Pilot
another
Swine,
weather effect
almost dying in the
in Gen
process.
4 at
And then
least.
she finally brought out the big bad Abomasnow. Since it's grass ice type, I taught Puppy Fire Blast. Yeah, I didn't
it can
know. you could-
learn Fire Blast?
Anyway, I wasn't sure it could
Okay.
one-shot because Puppy's
didn't
not a
know
special
that.
attacker, and lo and behold, it didn't.
Oh.
It didn't miss. Please kill it. Please. It's quad. It's quad. What?
Eventually, Puppy took it
That's
out, but that
unfortunate.
was absolutely terrifying.
Okay,
Last
I mean,
but not
yeah.
least, Frostlass. I wanted to have Scoop Rain Dance to get rid of
Yeah,
the hail
perfect.
so Frostlass's Snow Cloak isn't activated, but since Scoop was sitting at a not-so-chill 20 HP, that wasn't gonna work out super great. However, since I didn't want Kronk to be in this fight at all, right before the fight, I swapped her with Failure the Shinx.
Pro play.
Sorry,
Pro play.
little guy. Failure looked up at the looming death
Oh,
that
that's
was
so
Frostlass
sad.
in front
That's
of her.
so
and as I healed
sad.
Up Scoop, Failure was killed in its blizzard. It's
Oh
really
my
unfortunate
God, he
we
was
had
so
to resort to
scared
it,
and
but I give Failure a
shaking.
salute for
I hated
stepping up
that.
and
I hated
surrendering its
that.
life to the team. Scoop came out, got off the rain dance, and after a close battle, was able to pull through. We won, but it wasn't without sacrifice. We had a moment of silence for Failure, the true MVP of the fight. Gone, but not forgotten. Now we could climb the rocks to Lake Acuity, and when we got up there, Barry's got snot dripping down his face, crying in the
He
snow
would.
because he got beat up by Jupiter, who looks at me and is like, "See ya, I'm going to Veilstone HQ."
Get fucked, Barry.
I'm gonna go to Veilstone. We start running through the base trying to find Cyrus, but when fighting this scientist...
Psychic.
Oh, did it kill? Psychic wouldn't kill.
Porygon 2 freaks me out. It is way too powerful, way too bulky, and it's way too
What does it have that would kill
weird.
Scoop?
I do like Porygon 2 though.
Unless it crits.
I would
Oh,
like a
wait.
plush of
Oh,
Porygon 2.
oh, yeah, the damage was
Very
enough.
cute. What?
Yeah,
What?
crit kills.
What? What?
Gotta pay attention to those crits.
No! No!
She was way too enamored by how cute Porygon 2 looks. I mean, it's true.
Scoop! We lost Scoop!
I wasn't okay. Turt came out and curb stomped the Porygon 2 out of vengeance, but to put it lightly, I wasn't taking that too well.
I would have been happy.
My
Hey,
heart
Gastron.
is breaking. I'm like actually sad.
But life doesn't stop when your dog dies, so I had to keep trucking and brought Law the
Oh,
Quagsire
literally
to the
perfect.
team. With
Water
an intense,
ground fills that spot
blood-curdling
in
thirst for
perfectly.
revenge, I stormed into Cyrus's room. Fight! Shrimp and Milk took out his team in no time. I snatched his Master Ball and used his teleport pad to enter the basement where Mess Spirit, Azelf, and Yuxi are all being held captive. Fight! And like Cyrus, Saturn was swept too. After releasing the Lake
Nice.
Guardians, we head to Mount Coronet because Cyrus wants to go there and destroy the planet, I think. And we catch up to him at the Spear Pillar. Before we can run up and
think.
attack him, Mars and Jupiter step in. Then Barry arrives.
Couple of
Honestly, I have
bitches.
no idea how he found us all here. And it's like, I'll help. Lal takes out both their Bronzars, Mars's Prugly,
Wouldn't that also
and
hit-
Barry's
yeah.
Munchlax. So I thought,
Yeah, why did
you
you have a
know, it was
Munchlax?
all smooth sailing, right? Well,
Wow, Barry. Really doing a lot for the team, aren't ya? Oh my god, no, it
Dang,
has
no-
Giga Drain?
I didn't know we could learn Giga Drain. That
No.
shouldn't kill. It's not stab.
No, oh no, oh no.
It is quad
was
though.
a crit!
Oh, it's a
not only did I not
crit.
know their goal that had Giga Drain for some reason, but it also got a crit. So I was starting to feel bad, but then I started panicking. The thing is, after you fight Mars and Jupiter, you have to go into the Distortion World and fight Cyrus and Giratina. If Cynthia forces us into the Distortion
That's
World without
bad.
us being able to get a new member, we're in massive
I know Pokemon's
trouble.
pretty
We finish up
hand-holding
the battle
now,
and
but back
Cyrus
then
starts
they
this
weren't
whole
very,
spiel
so
about
I
how
feel
the
like
world is imperfect,
they could
blah,
just push
blah,
her
blah,
right in.
everything must die except for me. Then he gets swallowed up by Giratina, a hole opens, a rip in space leading to the Distortion World, and I'm kind of just standing off to the side twiddling my thumbs like, Cynthia, please don't shove me in there without my consent.
Cynthia, can
Consent
I
is important,
can I
Chosen.
go? I have something to do. Our world will be destroyed. Are you ready? No, I'm not.
Imagine
Let
if she
me
said yes
go.
on accident.
I'm free.
Free.
Holy crap. Get me out of here. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, lol. We just got you, and then you died. But luckily, remember when I accidentally caught that Wooper
That's
while trying
right.
to get a Yanma?
Man, she had 3
It's
water
time,
ground
Oops.
types.
You were no accident. You're our lucky star who will carry us to victory. We got Oops leveled up, came back to the Spear Pillar where Cynthia was just sitting there waiting for us, and hopped in. Everything is topsy-turvy and the Lake Guardians are telling me to push boulders into holes. And suddenly I'm on a floating crest of land with Cynthia, who's basically like, Cyrus, get lost and never come back. And Cyrus didn't like that. So he came at me. Oops took out his Houndoom and his Gyarados came out, so I switched to Milk. But I was very terrified because Cyrus's Gyarados has Earthquake. So if Milk misses his Thunder here, he dies.
And your Gyarados with
and
Fire
Milk is
Blasting can
notorious
do
for
good.
missing his Thunders. But it hit. Milk lives another day. He also took
like
out
I said
Cyrus's
before, I
Crobat
prefer
and
Thunderbolt
Honchkrow, and
over,
Shrimp finished up his
Thunder
Weavile.
any
Cyrus
day.
steps aside, and suddenly it's just me and the Angel of Darkness
And I'm
itself.
sure she managed to
Giratina.
balls it. All right. What? I don't think that's in the game. Is it? I've never really played Platinum, so I don't really know. Did the second
I threw
gen
the
just
Master
die?
Ball, and like that, it was over. I saved the world. Now to get back to my gym badges. I arrived at Sunny Shore City and started making my way through Volkner's gym. I know he's the 8th gym leader and he's supposed to be tough, and apparently he's depressed because everyone who challenges him isn't good enough and he's bored. But I wasn't concerned. We have Oops and none of his Pokemon can do anything about it. It's not like they have Giga Drain or anything, right? They didn't, I checked. Oops was just Earthquake and everything,
Yeah.
and at the end, I'll admit, I got a bit scared.
Okay, don't crit. If
It's
you
surprising that he
crit
was
Giga
bored because
Impact,
any
that would be
anyone
really
coming up with a ground type would have been like,
Holy.
But it's all good. We're all
Would've been
good.
fine.
And with that, off to Victory Road we went, where we caught ourselves a Gabite I named Flakes. Would have been nice to have one, I don't know, near the beginning of the game.
No, that's
say,
even
in
now it's
Wayward
great.
Cave, you know. But whatever.
won't necessarily
Better late
get
than
the
never.
EVs
It's good to
trained
have
into it,
just
but
in
that's
case
fine.
something goes horribly wrong out of nowhere.
Flakes is base 60. Yeah, it is. It's an amazing. Whoa, 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 whoa. No!
Brave Bird critical hit.
You're kidding.
It fucking suicide bombed her.
Oh dear. And that's the straw
Mutually
that broke
assured
the camel's back.
destruction.
After Puppy died, I stepped back and decided the team we go into the Elite Four with
I'm
needs to
bleeding
be the best possible team we can build. The Elite Four here goes pretty hard, so I couldn't go in willy-nilly just hoping for the best. After literally a few hours of calculations and research, I settled on a team I thought would give us the highest possibility of winning. I added Flakes to the team in place of Puppy,
Perfect.
and with a heavy heart, left Milk and Kronk behind as I brought C the now Magnezone and Colgate the Togekiss I hatched from the eggs Cynthia gave me.
Both
Even though I
great
was
mons.
sad to not bring Milk and Kronk into the final battles with us, they won't be forgotten. And it doesn't negate the fact they were such huge assets to the team, and I wouldn't have made it this far without them. I'll see you guys
And
on the
I'm
other
just
side.
vibing.
I took a step towards the doors of no return and immediately got interrupted by Barry, who wanted to have one last fight. Anyway,
Yeah? Alright.
welcome. This is the Elite Four. The battle starts and C takes out Aaron Zeon, Mega, and Vespiquen. Oops takes out his Drapion, and Colgate takes out his Scissor and Heracross. Next up is Bertha.
Yeah, she's pretty good against that.
Bertha loves
what is
ground
happening?
types, but Turt and Oops had a smooth time
She keeps having, like,
smashing
these
through her
glitches
team.
where she's
I felt a
losing.
horrible shiver when her Rhyperior came out, but things went well. On to Flint.
Hold on. She keeps having... Did she lose the Nuzlocke? I think she lost.
Flint has a pretty scary team, but luckily Oops
know.
and Flakes had no trouble plowing through them as well. And with that, we're on to the last member.
I mean, she's still
Lucian.
continuing.
Now, Shrimp hasn't had much time to shine in these fights so far, so I decided I wanted to let her go all
She
out.
hasn't
She set up
lost,
sword
but-
stances and bullet punched everything. Proud of you, Shrimp. And suddenly, I'm at the entrance to the champion. The trainer
she might be
who's been
alluding to her
known to
losing the
crush
Nuzlocke.
dreams in a single battle, and many still fear to this day. I took a deep breath. Things are going surprisingly well, and I don't know how to feel about it. But I looked up, and there she was. At this moment, I have only one
One
last
of the
objective.
hardest fights in the Pokemon
Defeat
franchise.
Cynthia. She leads with Spiritomb, which has no weaknesses, so I sent out Turt to hit it as hard as possible. Flakes takes out her Togekiss, and then her Garchomp comes out. This is known to be one of the toughest boss Pokemon in the entire
Her
franchise.
Quagsire should
and
be able to do
rightfully
fine
so.
against
That
it.
thing was made by Satan himself, and I'm sure even he fears what he has created. I immediately switched to Oops,
I mean, it's
who's the only
scary,
Pokemon that
but-
can lead us to victory here. I planned to put it to sleep with Yawn, and then Ice Beam it until it died.
I would've
That
just
was
Ice
our
Beamed
only
it.
hope. But then, Oops was crit. And that was it.
Oh, no.
Nothing on my team can take a hit from this monster.
actually
and even
lose
if they
her?
could, they couldn't do
She could
much
so
damage
far
back.
lose this
I
at
sat there in
Cynthia.
disbelief, knowing there wasn't anything I could have done, and the battle is basically unwinnable now. I brought
I mean, she
out
has her
Shrimp to
own
bullet punch
Garchomp.
it so we could get in a little bit of damage, but
If she over-leveled it, then
she
she
was
would
killed.
win. But
Colgate tried to
I don't
chip
know
away
where
at it. He did
her
some damage
terms are for
too, but
leveling
was
are.
crit one shot. At this point, I had accepted defeat. Only Turt, C, and Flakes were left. It's hopeless at this point. Flakes came out, and against all odds, Flakes outsped Cynthia's Garchomp
all
and
right.
killed it. I didn't think he could do it. He was 2 levels weaker, and I don't know. I just didn't think he could outspeed it.
Speedy
Suddenly, there was a chance.
Grinding,
We
yeah,
could
grinding on, even if she did it on accident, grinding Speedy V's, perfect for her victory. Perfect. She also could have had a good nature that was like speed up as well. That also could have helped. But who knows? She explained it herself.
win
so.
this after all.
Speedy
Cynthia
Beast.
brings out her Milotic, which C took
Good
out with a
stuff.
few Thunderbolts. Flakes took out the Lucario with Dig. Look, my Earthquake TM is on Swoop, and we all know what happened there. Finally, her last Pokemon comes out. Roserade. Flakes went in for the Dragon
She
Claw.
shouldn't have much of a problem
and
with that.
The battle was over.
Okay, so she
We
won.
As Cynthia's congratulating me, a sudden feeling of overwhelming guilt washes over my entire body, so intense it almost knocks me down. I don't think I deserve this. Something here isn't right. This wasn't meant for me. Back
What's
in the
with this, like,
distortion world when
overlaying
Giratina
narrative?
split me in two, how do I know I'm me. What
Alternate
happened in the other
timelines, alternate
timeline where I
people?
saw glimpses of what happened parallel to this world, that was me too.
Did she?
Those
Okay.
things happened. Was
No, I'll let
that
this play
the
through.
ending
Hold on,
I'm
and we'll talk
destined to
about it at
have?
the end.
The world I'm living in now is how I want things to be, but the other Jaiden is equally me as I am her. Even if you might think I deserve this dimension, things don't work like that. Are there some things you can't escape, even when you try everything you can do to alter it? I don't know the answer. I may be able to sit on this throne now and thank all the
Cynthia
Pokemon
seems so
that
happy.
put in everything to help me get here. All the hard work, blood, sacrifices we made, but I don't
Dwayne
think I
dead.
can ever accept this victory. I don't know what ending was meant for me. And I don't think I ever will.
All right. Oh, wait. It doesn't... Interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah. Top comment by Harrison Bennett. Just to help clear up the ending, Jaiden actually failed the Nuzlocke at the Elite Four, but we in our chat gave her a second chance, so she reset back to before she entered the Elite Four. She then beat it, but technically this means that she failed the Nuzlocke anyway. Okay, yeah, shows she lost the Nuzlocke, and the chat was like, "Do it again. Let's see if you can win or not." So she didn't technically win. She lost, but she could have won if she did things differently, basically. Either way, awesome. Really enjoyed it. Hope she does another one. Probably next. It looks like she might be doing this yearly. So we might get one next year. So look forward to that. I'll probably be reacting to it in a year's time. So ring that notification bell so you know when it's live on my channel and stuff like that. And thank you for coming to the party.